Get ready because the tech world is absolutely buzzing, and we've got the inside scoop on what's dropping next. The pace of innovation is relentless, and you do not want to miss what's coming your way. From groundbreaking manufacturing shifts to unexpected product reveals, it's all happening now. We're diving deep into the strategies that are reshaping industries and the devices that will soon be in your hands. This is iPad Focus, and we're bringing you the most electrifying updates you need to know. First up, a seismic shift in how our favorite gadgets are made is on the horizon, and it involves a whole lot more metal and a lot less human touch. We're talking about a major tech titan telling its entire supply chain to embrace the robots, and the implications are massive. This isn't just about efficiency, it's about the future of production and quality control. Could this be the dawn of a new era in manufacturing? We're breaking down exactly what this means for the devices we love and the people who build them. Then, we're switching gears to a highly anticipated event that has everyone talking. While new iPhones are definitely on the menu, it seems some other highly coveted Apple products might be playing the waiting game. We'll tell you which exciting gadgets are not expected to make an appearance, even as the company prepares to unveil its latest innovations. You'll want to know what's coming, and more importantly, what's being held back. Plus, we've got details on a crucial software update that's rolling out soon, promising enhanced security and stability for millions of devices. Is it a whole new operating system, or something more subtle, but just as important? We're dissecting the details to keep your tech running smoothly and securely. And finally, get ready for some serious future gazing as we look ahead to a device that could redefine the smartphone landscape entirely. Rumors are swirling, and expectations are soaring for a product that's been long awaited, with updated shipment forecasts suggesting it could be a massive success. Could this be the next big thing that changes how we interact with our phones forever? Stick around as we unpack all of this and more. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and join the iPad Focus community for all your essential tech updates. Robots take the wheel, Apple's manufacturing revolution. This is a significant development that signals a major shift in how technology is produced. Apple, on the cusp of unveiling its highly anticipated iPhone 17 series at the awe-dropping event on September 9th, is reportedly making a bold move to overhaul its manufacturing supply chain. A new leak from DigiTimes suggests that the tech giant is aggressively accelerating the adoption of automation and robotics across its production facilities. For over 2 years, Apple has been encouraging its suppliers to integrate more automated systems, but this latest directive appears to be a game changer. Automation is no longer just a suggestion, it's becoming a mandatory prerequisite for securing new manufacturing contracts with Apple. This strategic pivot is driven by a multifaceted approach, minimizing the company's reliance on human labor, ensuring consistent product quality and uniformity across diverse manufacturing sites, and ultimately, driving down long-term production costs. This move is particularly timely as Apple continues its broader strategy of supply chain diversification, aiming to reduce its dependence on China. The automation mandate is not limited to a single product line. It reportedly spans across Apple's entire ecosystem, including the iPhone, iPad, Mac, and Apple Watch. However, what's particularly surprising is Apple's shift in policy regarding the financial burden of these upgrades. Previously, Apple would invest in tooling and machinery for its contract manufacturers to meet its stringent specifications. Now, the company expects suppliers to shoulder the costs of their own automation enhancements. This new financial model is already creating pressure on some suppliers, who are reportedly facing strained profitability due to the high initial capital expenditure and operational disruptions associated with integrating robotic systems. Despite this demanding new requirement, Apple continues to support its suppliers in areas of environmental responsibility, reinforcing its commitment to achieving carbon neutrality across its supply chain by 2030. This push for automation is also intertwined with Apple's growing focus on the Indian market. With 5 operational iPhone factories in India, managed by Foxconn and the Tata Group, the company is increasingly sourcing its US-sold iPhones from the region and actively working to scale up production capacity. Recent reports indicate that Foxconn has already commenced small-scale production of the iPhone 17 series at its Bengaluru facility. The implications of this widespread automation are vast, potentially leading to faster production cycles, enhanced precision, and a significant reshaping of the global electronics manufacturing landscape. As the iPhone 17 launch approaches, this behind-the-scenes transformation in manufacturing is a critical story to watch. This significant shift in manufacturing strategy is already sparking discussions about the future of labor in electronics production and the increased burden on suppliers. Analysts are closely watching how this automation push will impact production costs and product quality in the long run. Hold on tight, because the next piece of news might change your expectations for an upcoming event. Get ready to find out which highly anticipated Apple products might be playing the waiting game. Apple's event strategy: what's in, what's out. This insight reveals Apple's careful product launch planning and what consumers can realistically expect. As Apple gears up for its awe-dropping event on September 9th, the tech world is buzzing with anticipation for the iPhone 17 lineup, new Apple Watches, and potential updates to AirPods Pro. However, not all of Apple's highly anticipated products will grace this particular stage. While rumors suggest a flurry of new devices are slated for release before the end of 2025, many are expected to be unveiled through separate announcements, keeping the focus squarely on the iPhone. For those eagerly awaiting certain Apple gadgets, the awe-dropping event might not be the reveal they hoped for. While the iPhone 17, 17 Air, 17 Pro, and 17 Pro Max are set to replace their iPhone 16 predecessors, the budget-friendly iPhone 17e is reportedly holding off until early next year, potentially aligning with a biannual launch strategy that could see the iPhone 18 debut in 2027. In the audio space, while AirPods Pro 3 with new features like a heart rate sensor are likely candidates for the event, the aging AirPods Max, now 5 years old, is expected to go another year without an update. For the iPad lineup, despite the M4 iPad Pro's 15-month tenure, an M5 refresh is not anticipated at this event. Instead, Apple is likely to announce it via press release later this year, possibly skipping a dedicated event altogether. Mac users will also need to wait a bit longer for significant updates. While the M5 iPad Pro, MacBook Pro, iMac, and the aging Mac Pro, still on M2 Ultra, are all due for chip upgrades, these announcements are expected to happen either at a dedicated Mac event in mid-October or through a multi-day web release, similar to last year's strategy. MacBook Air models are also slated for updates next year. In the smart home category, the much-rumored HomePad device, which was expected to feature a squarish display and run a dedicated OS, has reportedly been pushed back. Its delay is attributed to its heavy reliance on Siri, with a revamp of the voice assistant planned for next year. However, the event might still see the introduction of the HomePod Mini 2 and a new Apple TV 4K4, potentially announced via Apple's website with upgraded processors and connectivity. The Apple Vision Pro 2, rumored to feature an M5 chip and a more comfortable head strap, is also not expected at the iPhone-centric event. Given its less revolutionary upgrade, Apple might opt for a quiet web announcement later this year, possibly bundled with the Mac updates, as the headset is marketed as a spatial computer, a theme that doesn't align with the iPhone event. The awe-dropping event will undoubtedly keep the spotlight on the iPhone 17 lineup and the Apple Watch family, with a strong possibility of AirPods Pro making an appearance. An AirTag 2 could also be a logical addition, aligning with the iPhone accessory theme. Official release dates for iOS 26 are also expected, typically announced the Monday after the keynote. While Apple has numerous products to launch this year, the strategy is clear. Keep the focus on the iPhone and manage other product reveals strategically to maximize impact. This strategic product segmentation is a key factor in how Apple manages consumer expectations and maintains momentum throughout the year. Now, let's shift our focus to the software side of things, where a crucial update is on the horizon. Prepare for essential details about an upcoming iPhone software release that prioritizes your security. iOS 18.7, the essential security update you need to know. This is a critical update for users who prefer stability or are hesitant about immediate major upgrades. Apple is reportedly preparing to release iOS 18.7, a software update that will run parallel to the major iOS 26 release. According to evidence found in visitor logs by MacRumors, this update is designed to cater to users of older devices or those who prefer to delay adopting the latest operating system immediately after its launch. While the exact feature set of iOS 18.7 remains unclear, it is highly unlikely to introduce new functionalities. Instead, its primary purpose will be to deliver crucial security fixes and maintain stability for users who haven't yet transitioned to iOS 26. Apple understands that a segment of its user base prefers to wait before updating to a new major version of its operating system. Therefore, the company plans to ensure that iOS 18 remains stable and secure for an extended period, receiving security patches for at least a few months. This approach provides a safety net for users who may be concerned about potential bugs or compatibility issues in the initial rollout of a major new OS. However, this support will not last indefinitely. For users with an iPhone 11 or newer, there will eventually be a mandatory update to iOS 26 to ensure continued security. Devices that are not compatible with iOS 26 will continue to receive security updates for a few more years, ensuring a baseline level of protection. In addition to security patches, it's also possible that iOS 18.7 will include fixes for bugs that have emerged since the previous minor update, iOS 18.6.2. This focus on stability and security is a testament to Apple's commitment to providing a reliable user experience across its device spectrum. Both iOS 26 and iOS 18.7 are expected to arrive soon, following Apple's confirmed September 9th event. Historically, new iOS versions are released about a week after the main keynote, suggesting that users can expect iOS 26 and iOS 18.7 to become available around September 15th or 16th. When it comes to choosing between iOS 26 and iOS 18.7, the decision ultimately depends on user preference. Both updates are essential for maintaining iPhone security. The choice hinges on whether users want to experience the latest features, including new security and privacy enhancements in iOS 26, or if they prefer to wait and avoid potential early-stage bugs. For those eager to explore the cutting edge of Apple's software, iOS 26 is the clear choice. To check for and install these updates once they are released, users can navigate to Settings, General Software Update on their iPhones. This dual-release strategy ensures that a broad range of users can maintain optimal security and performance on their devices. Prepare yourself for some truly exciting forward-looking news about a device that could completely change the smartphone game. We're diving into the future with a look at Apple's highly anticipated foldable device and what's driving massive expectations. Apple's foldable future. Expectations skyrocket for iPhone Fold. This report indicates a significant upward revision in sales forecasts, signaling major confidence in a new product category. While Apple's first foldable device, widely speculated to be called the iPhone Fold, is still approximately a year away from its official launch, recent analyst insights suggest the company is dramatically increasing its shipment expectations for this groundbreaking model. The upcoming iPhone 17 lineup is just days away from its full unveiling, but the rumor mill is already churning with predictions for next year's devices, with the iPhone Fold poised to be the star of the 2026 iPhone 18 lineup. Analyst Ming-Chi Kuo, known for his deep connections within Apple's supply chain, has revealed that Apple has recently revised its shipment forecasts for its first foldable iPhone upward, a move that signals immense confidence in its market potential. According to Kuo's analysis, Apple has revised its shipment estimates for the foldable iPhone to between 8 to 10 million units in 2026, a notable increase from the previous estimate of 6 to 8 million units. Even more striking is the projection for 2027, where Apple now expects to ship between 20 to 25 million units, a substantial jump from the earlier forecast of 10 to 15 million units. Q's track record and access to supply chain data lend significant credibility to these figures. The upward revision, particularly for the 2027 projections, is a strong indicator that Apple believes foldables are on the cusp of going mainstream. Achieving sales of 10 million units for an ultra-expensive and novel device like the iPhone Fold in its first full year would undoubtedly mark it as a major success. However, the projected sales for 2027 are even more telling. The doubling of expected shipments, from a range of 10-15 million to 20-25 million, suggests that Apple anticipates a significant acceleration in consumer adoption of foldable technology. While the premium price point of such a device could be a barrier for some, anecdotal evidence suggests a strong consumer interest in foldable form factors, with many potential buyers willing to invest in a truly compelling product. This optimistic outlook from Apple, reflected in its revised shipment targets, indicates a firm belief that the iPhone Fold will not only be a niche product, but a significant player in the future smartphone market. This strategic adjustment in expectations highlights Apple's aggressive approach to entering and potentially dominating the nascent foldable smartphone market. That's all the news for today, but we've got a quick wrap-up coming right after this. Stay tuned for a rapid-fire recap of all the major updates we just covered. Apple is pushing for automation in its supply chain, with suppliers now expected to fund upgrades. The iPhone 17 lineup is set to launch soon, but some other Apple products, like the AirPods Max and certain Macs, won't be updated at the upcoming event. iOS 18.7 is rolling out with security fixes for users who delay major updates, while iOS 26 brings new features. Finally, Apple has significantly raised its shipment expectations for the much-anticipated iPhone Fold, signaling strong confidence in its market success. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to iPad Focus for more essential tech news, hit that notification bell so you never miss an update, leave a comment below with your thoughts, and follow us on all our social media channels.